Pakistan. Rana grew up in a Christian family in Pakistan, but I know from conversations I've had with him that their family was very friendly with Muslim neighbours. It was a happy childhood. And Rana joined the Anglican Church, or the Church of Pakistan, and became a priest and served in the Diocese of Lahore in a parish, also as a prison chaplain and as an academic at the University of the Punjab, where he taught Hebrew, which we need to learn more about on future occasions, I think. Rana came to England when I first met you to work at Lambeth Palace as an advisor to the Archbishop of Canterbury on interfaith and community issues. That was some time ago now, but that was when we first started working together. And now Rana is a dean in the Church of Wales and parish priest rector in Crickhowell. He is, of course, our chairman. He's been a member of Christians Aware for many, many years now, and it's wonderful that he has become our chairman just over the last year. I should say that Rana he'll probably tell you about this himself, but he will be visiting Pakistan in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think, accompanied by Archbishop Rowan Williams and Archbishop Angaelos. And they're going to a very important anniversary. I'll have to look which one, I can't remember. The 1700th anniversary of the Nicene Creed. And I understand that Rana will be giving a presentation on that. We're really happy and privileged to have you with us tonight as our speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Barbara, and thank you, Matt, for setting it up. Before I start, I would like to just touch on the question which was asked, what is Christians Aware? Matt and Barbara has given you a very good information, but I would just like to reinforce beautiful words of Ronald Wine are very important for us. Do not try to teach anyone anything until you have learned something from them. So Christians Aware very strongly believe that learning is a two-way process. We as an organization or as a charity, we don't have bundles of knowledge sitting in our libraries or files or cupboards that we are passing on to others. But we believe in friendship, we believe in relationship, and through our friendship and relationship, we learn from each other. And simply through various events, through seminars, through books, through publications, we try to bring people together. And bringing people together for us is a great opportunity for us all to learn from each other. Only a couple of months ago at our annual conference in Leeds, people from different parts of the world, different parts of the country, we were together not only in formal sessions when speakers were speaking and we were learning and asking questions, but over the table for when we were meeting for food, for tea and coffee, for various conversation. And over the years, we have developed friendships. And Christians Aware is a registered charity, but it more than that, it is a family. And we are aware of each other's situation, we pray for each other, and we support each other in all sorts of situations. Now coming to the topic, Barbara has already mentioned that I was born and brought up in Pakistan and ordained in Pakistan and worked for 10 years in the Church of Pakistan in Lahore and some villages and rural areas near Lahore. So my connection and relationship in Pakistan is much deeper. But my experience of ministry is more in the United Kingdom than actually is in Pakistan. But Pakistan is a country and people and the culture, the language, diversity, they all have done a lot in terms of shaping me who I am. giving me opportunities at small scales, at big scales, where I got confidence, and I was able to live as a Christian in a Muslim majority country, but at the same time open to learn from those who may be different and those with whom you may disagree on various things, but still how you can learn from each other. Well, as some of you know, I would just like to start from my personal story. I was born in a Christian family. Um, but my dad sent me to live with my distant relatives, with my uncle and aunt, so I could go to a good church school. Because that was the time, 40 years ago, when most good schools in Pakistan belonged to the church. I was least interested because I was away from home. I started losing interest in studies with a permissive will, unwillingly, and my dad brought me back. Uh, uh, so he had no plans what to do because there were no good school in our little town, in little city. So local imam was a very good friend of my father. He asked one day, "Your son used to live with your distant relatives. What happened with him? He's back." And my dad said, "He's really unfortunate. I sent him to a good church school, and he's not willing to live with my brothers and with my family." So the Imam of the mosque, he suggested, "Why don't you send him to our mosque school? He will learn a difference between a church school and a mosque school. And I'm sure within a week he will go back." So I was sent to the mosque school with this idea. Um, uh, I'll go back because that was sort of a punishment for me to send me to a mosque school. But Imam and other teachers, they were so kind, so loving. I would happily get up early in the morning, go to school because there was no big school bag, no homework, no compulsion. And Imam was pretty clear that I'm here only for a week as a punishment and I'll go back to wherever I was sent before. So I thought that's a nice place. I should be there. And my father, because he had no plan, he thought let him continue in the school. There was a primary school with potential imams. I was there for a few years without knowing. One day I will be a Christian priest. One day I will, where I will be, what I will be doing. I did not know, but I just went there and was happy and a joyful child. I finished my primary, and then finally I went to Lahore to be successful and do something different instead of routine things. I had no plan to become a priest, but there was another friend, our family friend. He was a convert from Muslim background. He suggested me you should become a priest. So he introduced me to the Bishop of Lahore. He interviewed me, and this way I became a priest. Um, but I just want to reinforce at this stage most of the confidence I have got about my own faith, the friendship I have developed, and also confidence on my relationship with people of other faiths. That all happened mainly because of that early time I spent in a mosque school. This was not just an ordinary government school with majority Muslim. That was a school attached with a mosque, and in Pakistan, these schools are called madrasas, a school attached with a mosque. So I would build my own personal story and connection with Pakistan on these few years that I spent in a mosque with potential imam. Uh, I still remember wonderful stories. For example, during the day when they would go for day prayer, midday prayer for namaz, for prayers, Imam would ask me, "Oh, we are going to the mosque, and while you are in the school, don't just not just sit and spend time in dreaming. Spend time in prayer and do prayer according to your own faith." That was the first time when someone who was not a Christian and an imam or religious leader of another faith will be encouraging me, spend some time in prayer according to your own faith. So that's why I respect those people who may be going through challenging times when they are in a context where they sometimes feel uncomfortable. Things are not according to their wishes, but one day they will come up much more stronger and more confident because they are developing themselves as someone who can be more confident in speaking with people of other faiths, but also articulating your own faith, but at the same time open to learn from others. Pakistan as a country has a lot of challenges, as you know. I'm not going to start with the challenges, but I would like to give you a little background. Most of you know Pakistan came into being in 1947 out of the United India. When Pakistan came into being, Pakistan had two parts, Eastern Pakistan and Western Pakistan. East Pakistan was with West Pakistan, which is the present day Pakistan, until 1971. After that, it became Bangladesh. Bangladesh and Pakistan, they were one country, but departed from each other with a distance of 1,000 miles, 1,000 miles away from each other. Pakistan, the present day Pakistan, it's a predominantly a Muslim country. According to census, some say it's 98% or 97% Muslims and 2% religious minorities, which includes Hindus, Christians, Sikh, and Zoroastrians, and other small minorities. But these religious minorities are quite vibrant. Christian church in Pakistan is much more active, if you like, in relation to many Christian churches in the Western context. There are more Christians in Pakistan than in Wales. The Wales total population is 3 billion. And when we are talking about Christians in Pakistan, Christians think they are nearly 5 to 7 million or 10 million Christians in Pakistan. But it's quite a big population. Pakistan, we are talking about 300 million people, out of which Pakistani Christians are a small minority, but still very significant. And churches who were established in Pakistan during British time, they still have a very strong heritage of offering good education, healthcare, and many other traditional ministries which mission organizations started. Pakistan has other religious minorities. The largest religious minorities, there is a still debate: are they Christians or Hindus? But Hindus are either the largest religious community or the second largest religious community, but mainly concentrated in Sindh province. But they are very vulnerable in a way because they are Hindus, and India is seen as a Hindu state, and India and Pakistan's conflict always end up in Pakistan with the persecution and marginalization and suspicions against the Hindu communities in Pakistan. But the diversity, religious or ethnic diversity in Pakistan looks like a challenge. But it's not imported, or it's not new. It has always been like this. Hindus, Christians, Muslims, they have lived together for centuries. For instance, if you take the whole Indian subcontinent as one, and there are more Christians in the Indian subcontinent than the whole Christian population in the Middle East. There are more Muslims, for instance, in the Indian subcontinent than the whole Muslim population, even in the Middle East. So we are talking about quite a big country and countries from population point of view, but at the same time, diversity is very rich. Religious freedom is quite always a question, has a question mark all the time in Pakistan, and now India is going towards, to some extent, that dimension. Pakistan, India, or Bangladesh, or the Indian subcontinent, or South Asia has observed or kept very high standard of religion freedom about 500, 600 years ago, people from the Middle East or people from other parts of the world will go to India or Indian subcontinent, which includes the present-day Pakistan, for their faith to freely be exercised, and also they economically it was a good and stable country. Before the British arrived in India, some people have done a lot of research on that. The GDPR in Pakistan was or India was the highest in the world, and that's why you see there are people from the Jewish communities in India, or they have been in Indian subcontinent from 3rd century BC. There are Zoroastrians who came from Iran, Christians from the Middle East, Muslim from the Arab world. So all sorts of communities went to India, and there is a story about the Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad's grandson, when he was going through difficult and challenging times. He asked, instead of killing him, he should be granted permission to go to India. The reason was, again, India was seen as a place where people will have religious freedom, and that's why Christian, Muslims, Hindus, and people of other faiths, and not only were able to flourish, but India gave birth to great dharmic religions and dharmic spiritualities. The British time is significantly important, but India has faced colonization centuries after centuries. From a very long time, India has been invaded by various people. Either they were Alexander the Great, or Arabs, or people from Afghanistan, or people from the Arab world, or Iran. Whosoever had power, they would just go and attack on India. And some people say the word looting came from India into English dictionary. So this whole background, the reason I'm giving is the land was fertile and diverse and rich, spiritually, economically, and culturally by all means. So now in Pakistan, there are a lot of there are a lot of challenges, especially political instability has been around for some time. Sometime we see armed forces intervening into the political situation, and that's why someone analyzes the history of politics in Pakistan. That in Pakistan there has been a martial laws. Dictators came in control a lot of times, but it has never been fully dictatorship. So dictatorship in Pakistan was with a blend of democracy, and democracy in Pakistan with a blend of dictatorship. So someone said it's a dictatorial democracy, or democratic dictatorship. So that sort of thing is a ping pong or seesaw which has happened in last 70 years in Pakistan. Security is a big concern. People who travel to Pakistan from the Western world, they are mostly concerned about what's going to happen, and of course, a lot of things that comes in media, they create concerns. Economically, country is struggling. Religious minorities are very vulnerable, and whosoever get a chance to leave the country, they prefer to leave. But there is a hope in Pakistan. There is a significant amount of resilience which people of Pakistan has shown time to time. Despite all the challenges, the resilience of Pakistani people is really remarkable. When I was in Lahore, if there is a bomb blast or a terrorist attack or something happened, next day people will be still on the streets and working. People face challenges, different sorts of challenges, but still they have ability to smile, they have ability to enjoy life, they have ability to show hospitality to others, they have ability to give shoulder to each other, they have ability to hold people's hand when they are going through difficult or challenging times. There are emerging opportunities. There has been a shift in the political relationship between America and the Pakistan. Pakistan and America has been very strong allies, but in last 15, 20 years, America has been replaced with China. China-Pakistan economic corridor is one of the biggest Chinese investment in Pakistan, and Pakistan hope once it is fully completed and operated, there may be some economical strength which people will be able to enjoy. Um, uh, Now, in the last few minutes, I would like to more talk about the faith and spirituality. Faith or religion is a very vibrant force in Pakistan. So Pakistan came into being, fortunately or unfortunately, in the name of religion, or religion was used to get Pakistan. So in either situation, it's not easy. Sometimes we say Pakistan should be a secular country. I don't think it's so easy to get it done. Sometime Mr. Jinnah's famous speech is quoted, which he gave to the Constituent Assembly of Pakistan in 1948, in which he said, which basically he gave the idea of British parliamentary system that will be the political system of Pakistan, and Pakistan will be a state where Muslims and Christians will cease to live as Christian and Muslims or Hindus or Sikh, but people will have their own faith as a matter of personal thing, but state will have nothing to do with that. But this is a great speech. But on the other hand, there is a lot that people quote from either Mr. Jinnah's speech or various other things that simply portrait Pakistan as a state which um, which uh, which was finally got in the name of religion, because religion and Pakistan they goes together very strongly. And then sometimes people raise this question: if there was a need for another secular state within the Indian subcontinent, why there was a need to get separation from the United India? So I'm living in Pakistan and being a student of history of Pakistan. I personally think it doesn't matter. For people of Pakistan, what political system it is. People need jobs, people need security, people need money to live, people want their children a good future. So all these things people need, because by the end of the day, Pakistan was a dream of those people who wanted a secure future. Pakistan was a dream for those people who wanted a life where their children will flourish and grow. If Pakistan can be an Islamic state where people of all faith backgrounds, they can be considered and they will be respected as equal citizens, that sort of idea needs to be worked out. But where now the situation is, religious movement, religious groups are very strong. In last 20-25 years, since the first Afghan war started with Russia, America and the West and Saudi Arabia, they supported Talibanization or extremism. There were financial support available for these people to fight against Russia. Once the Russia disappeared from Afghanistan, then they were left alone. People who had guns and people who were trained to be violent, people who were trained to sort out their problems with the power of bullet. They never learned the power of ballot. So all of a sudden, you can't expect from them that they will be transformed and changed because Russia is gone. So the same people who were fighting against Russia, they were fighting against America. But
The next station is Swanscott.
Okay, I think someone is speak. So the same people who were fighting against Russia, or they were fighting against Americans. When they were fighting against Russia, they were known as freedom fighter. When they were fighting against America, they were known as terrorists. So people in Pakistan and people in Afghanistan, people in that part of the world, of course, they are disturbed, significantly disturbed by these double standards. So over the night, all these people who are freedom fighters, they were rebranded with this name of terrorists. So yes, there is extremism in Pakistan, but we need to go into its roots. And of course, joblessness, lawlessness, then all these problems are significant and serious problems which needs to be which needs to be addressed. Social and religious divides are a serious problem. Education and literacy literacy issues are a serious problem. Um, Water and climate change is a serious problem. Most Pakistani rivers are not dried. I remember when I was little, there was one big river only 20 miles away from our town, which was all the time sort of flooded. But now it's most of the year it is dried. So the problem is increasingly, which is really impacting a country who largely rely on its agriculture, because no water, no agriculture, no agriculture. Of course, it will be an economical loss for Pakistan. Pakistan geopolitical situation is very ideal because Pakistan has a border with India, Pakistan has a border with China, it has border with Iran, it has border with Afghanistan, it touches the Arabian Sea. So all these is a geographical setting makes it's important. For that reason, Pakistan has to have a big army. As a country who is not able to afford a good education for healthcare and so many other things for its own population, has to put a lot of money on its security because of various borders it has and the security concerns. For that reason, for last 40 years, Pakistan is enjoying uh, uh, from a very, very hardline and nationalistic point of view, it's enjoying its status as a nuclear power. But on the other hand, a nuclear power who is not able to look after its own children, it's not able to provide its health care and good education and all these things. These are also a challenge. You have an atom bomb, but you don't have ability to offer good schooling to your own children and youngster. Pakistan has a big asset, I would say, one of the great asset of Pakistan. It's 65% or more than 65 the population is in the age range of 16 to 32. So that's a very big youth in Pakistan. And because of internet and all these facilities available, these people can easily be motivated either for something wrong or something right. And so a proper guidance is required. Some sort of charismatic but good, passionate leadership is required who will encourage people of Pakistan to have good relations with its neighbors. India is a big economical giant on Pakistan's neighborhood. But unfortunately, both countries don't have very good relations. And if there are good trade connections and relations between these two countries, it will help both countries to economically grow. Of course, Indian products can be easily available to people, vegetables and various other things. Instead of bringing from China or from other parts of the world, they can just come from India. But both countries, because of their political tensions, either because of Kashmir and various other things and the mistrust, they are suffering because one country has 300 million people, another country has nearly 1,000 million people. And so two big markets, they can't really open for each other. And then, of course, tourism and cultural heritage they share. But because there is no tourism between these two countries, that's why it's a big problem. Only last month, you may have noticed when there was cricket matches in Pakistan, but Indian team couldn't come, or they didn't want to come to Pakistan, either for security reasons. All the matches were England and Australia and other countries. They all were in Lahore or in different parts of the country. But Pakistan and India match was in the Middle East, in the Arabian Gulf. So these sort of things are impacting generation after generation, and creating a lot of mistrust in between these two countries. I was lucky to visit we did visit India about 10 years ago, and the love and friendship I was able to receive, and how much people across the borders, they love each other. That's great. It's a good news. But on the other hand, the problem are with those people, maybe, or those institutions who have their interest in ammunition and arms. They don't want peace. And I would like to mention here our own motto. Our own motto, the motto of Christians Aware. Peace is born of love. Love is born of understanding. Understanding is born of listening. Listening leads to justice and peace. So there is a great need for people in Pakistan to engage and to learn and to listen. We are living in a different world, the world of Zoom, the world of internet, where you don't need to cross the border, but you need to say words of love and harmony and peace. And love and harmony has its own wing. They don't need visas. They don't need to go through the passport control. They don't need to go through the surveillance of security agencies. They will straight go into people's hearts and minds, and they will touch others, and your neighbors will become your good neighbors, and your enemies will turn into your friends. The story of Pakistan is the story of struggle. The story of Pakistan is the story of those people who wanted something for them and for their own children. Maybe Jinnah and people who were significantly struggling or working hard for the departure of Pakistan from United India, they had no idea what will come out of it. They thought we will live as neighbors forever. But they had no idea how much bloodshed, how much killing, which happened actually at the time of partition in Punjab, will have huge impact in the next generations to come. The seed of hate, which was sowed long time ago, every time, every day, it is watered. It has become a big monster, someone with a miraculous power, the power of love and care and friendship, will need to put this snake back in the box. And I'm grateful again for the Christians Aware to organize this little event. I think whenever and wherever we have opportunities, we need to keep on banging, keep on praying, keep on talking, keep on thinking that not only Pakistan, but many other parts of the world, which to some extent carrying on the mistake of the colonial period. We just need to keep on praying that people who are vulnerable because of the political mistakes done decades ago are able to recover from the problems which they face every year, every day, every night. Thank you very much.
That's fair to those. I don't think that's fair to those watching, Matt. I always find it interesting to learn about another country and another culture. And I found it interesting this evening to also learn about the diversity in Pakistan and various bits of history. History is my thing, anyway. It was also interesting to learn of the current situation, what life is like today. And for that, Rana, we thank you, because your insight has done one of the things that Christians Aware are always trying to do is open our eyes to be able to see things with new, refreshed eyes. It was one of the old things that we used to do with particular conferences and so on. So thank you for that, and thank you for your emphasis on prayer as well. So, and do come again.